เราเรียนรู้จักการทักทายกันไปแล้วนะคะสิ่งต่อไปที่ขาดไม่ได้เลยนะคะในบทสนทนาที่ใช้ในชีวิตประจำวันก็คือการแนะนำตัวนะคะ
Introduction
เรามาลองดูนะคะว่าภาษาอังกฤษเขามีวิธีการแนะนำตัวกันยังไง
Hello, I'm Jack McIntosh.
How do you do? My name is Alice Taylor.
Nice to meet you. Hello, my name is. Hello, my name is Frank Berman.
Pleased to meet you. I'm Dinah Carson.
Glad to meet you. I don't think we've met. I don't think we've met. I'm James Barton.
Nice to meet you. I'm Clara Parkers.
Pleased to meet you. Excuse me, my name is. Excuse me, my name is Matthew Bratt.
Nice to meet you. I'm Rosemary Brooke.
I don't think we've been introduced. I don't think we've been introduced. My name is Carl Maxwell.
How do you do? I'm Evita Crawford.
You must be Mrs. Emma Johnson.
Yes, that's right.
Hello, my name is Clark Hilton. Your husband and I work in the same department. It's nice to meet you.
I'm pleased to meet you too.
เมื่อมีการแนะนำตัวกันไปแล้วนะคะต่อไปก็เป็นการถามถึงชื่อค่ะเขามีวิธีพูดยังไงไปฟังกันดูนะคะ
What's your name?
What's your name?
I'm Jack Simpson. May I have your name, please? May I have your name, please?
My name's Susan Smith.
Could I have your name, please?
Could I have your name, please?
Pete Jackson. Your name, please. Your name, please.
Laura Peterson.
เราถามถึงชื่อกันไปแล้วต่อไปเรามาถามถึงอาชีพและตำแหน่งหน้าที่กันบ้างนะคะไปฟังกันเลยค่ะ
What do you do? What do you do?
I'm a typist.
What are you?
What are you?
I'm an engineer. Who do you work for?
Who do you work for?
I work for Max Company.
เราแนะนำตัวเองไปแล้วนะคะตอนนี้เราก็มาเรียนรู้วิธีการแนะนำบุคคลอื่นให้รู้จักกันบ้างค่ะ
This is
Anna, this is Jim. Jim, this is Anna, my colleague.
Glad to meet you.
Glad to meet you too.
May I introduce?
Mr. George, may I introduce Miss Nancy?
How do you do?
How do you do?
I'd like to introduce
Mrs. Brown, I'd like to introduce Mr. Harry Johnson. Mr. Johnson, this is Mrs. Evita Brown.
Pleased to meet you, Mrs. Brown.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Johnson.
Let me present
Mrs. Deborah, let me present Mr. John Sheridan. Mr. Sheridan, this is Mrs. Sandy Deborah.
How do you do?
How do you do?
May I present
Mr. Simon, may I present Mr. John Carlton? Mr. Carlton, this is Mr. Jim Simon.
How do you do? How do you do? I'd like you to meet
Mr. Patrick, I'd like you to meet our new General Manager, Mrs. Nancy Smith. Mrs. Smith, this is Mr. Alex Patrick, our President. It's a great pleasure to meet you, Mr. Patrick.
Nice to meet you, Mrs. Smith.